Hey everybody, so this is the March channel update, and it's going to be a big one because I have a lot going on because I got my tax refund. So I've been buying a few models and got a few things to do on top of that. So first thing I did was I went ahead and bought Blood Bowl models. So Blood Bowl is definitely a game I want to play. I mean, I'm a big fan of American football, and there's a huge active Blood Bowl community in my area, so this is just a matter of time. Of course, these are going to be painted up with blue skin like the rest of my fantasy orcs, AOS orcs. My green skins, quote unquote, are blue, so they're going to be painted up exactly like my other fantasy stuff, which is going to be awesome. So it's going to be Gork snowshoe football team. Put some snowshoes on their armor somewhere as their symbol. So yeah, that's going to be an upcoming project. So this is what I got for now. Of course, I do need more of the black orc blockers, so I might either buy those individually, buy another box of this, or just break down and buy the starter set. I haven't decided yet. So yeah, so Blood Bowl is in the future for sure. What else did I pick up? I picked up one of these guys, Tau Commander. I'm going to build a Cold-Star for my army. I'm sure you don't care about that, but I sure do, because you know what? I like playing Tau. There's such a dramatic difference between Tau and orcs, obviously, that playing my Tau is almost like playing a whole new game. Just it's a complete breath of fresh air. I really enjoy my Tau. On a side note, I've been complaining for years now that I was almost out of Fenris Gray, which is an old Citadel Foundation color. And I finally found a brand new unopened bottle of Fenris Gray from England for $25 shipped. Yeah, it's a lot of money for one little pot of paint, but it's supposed to be unopened, brand new, which will last me for more than long enough to paint my Storm Surge, my other Ghost Keel, this Commander, and anything else I want, like a second Storm Surge and a second Riptide. So that'll be plenty of paint for what I need. So what else do I got? So I got this guy here. I was playing with this guy this week or last week, and he needs some work. Basically, he just needs, I'm going to put him on with this base here, so I'm going to rebase him onto this actual GW base, and then some touch-ups to the paint. He just needs a couple of little minor touch-ups, because this is actually a metal war boss on a plastic bike. So this bike is half Gorka Morka bike, half new bike kit, and it's a metal war boss actually cut in half and green stuffed into a sitting position. And this ridiculously oversized power claw I built 10 years ago works perfect for the Killer Claw today. So I'm not so bothered by the ridiculously oversized power claw that he has now. That is actually represents something on the tabletop. So this is going to be actually what I'm going to do next, is build this guy, or get this guy done up. And he's going to be repaired, have some touch-ups with the paint, and then varnished good. So he's nice and well, so he'll be good to go. So the next thing I had going on is that I actually saw somebody put a heavy bolter on an orc to be used as a big shooter, and the way it came out just reminded me so much of flash kits. I go, that's how I'm going to do my flash kits. That is a brilliant idea. So whoever did that on Facebook, if you're watching, thank you. I'm going to steal it. I'm going to loot your idea. So I picked up a box of knobs to use for the bodies and the arms. Basically the two-handed weapon arm here is what I'm going to use to hold up the heavy bolters. I think I probably have more in my other knob bits. And I've got a crap ton of heavy bolters from my Devastator boxes that I bought a long time ago. Oh, it's a melt-a-gun. Oh, okay, so you got the melt-a-guns and heavy bolters. Oh, I could do the melt-a-guns too. That's not a bad idea. I can mix them up and use melt-a-guns and heavy bolters. Actually, I kind of like that idea. So, and then I might get some barrel extensions and some other grubbins stuck onto them, of course. But that's going to be the basic idea where they're going to get, I'm going to use the two-handed weapon arms on heavy bolters, melt-a-guns to build my flash kits. Because, to be honest, I am just not a fan of the pirate aesthetic of the flash kits model. I'm sure it's an awesome kit and everything I've seen painted up, they look great, but it's just not my taste. So that's why I've always been reluctant to buy flash kits. It's not because of the tabletop performance is just because I don't like the models. I'm probably in the vast minority of that, but I don't like the pirate thing. So I also have to figure out something to do with Captain Badrick in the future. Is that exactly what that is? So yeah, is that everything in the bag? That's everything in the bag for now. I did forget to pick up some stuff. I was going to pick up a Loon Boss for the Gits and another box of Manglers. I mean, not Manglers. Excuse me. Fanatics. So I need to pick up a Loon Boss and a box of Fanatics for my Bloomsbury Gits. So I will get those next week. I was going to and I just forgot. But for now, I'm going to be working on this War Boss. I might get into the mech shop. The other little pieces are done for my... They're too far away. I'm going to bother with them. Do those next week. But the crane and the little orc banner from Cromlech are done. I mean, it took literally minutes to get those done, so because they're so small and not much to do. But I do want to get this War Boss varnished up, especially varnished up because he needs it. Yeah, so just a real quick update. That's where we're going. So we've got lots of projects starting to pile up. More projects going forward. As I said, because as soon as I get that pot of paint, I'm going to get the rest of my 2 Tau models painted. It'll be 3 once I build the commander, which is going to take some time, but it's definitely something I want to do. Get the rest of my Tau taken care of, and then that'll give me an excuse to buy more, won't it? And depending on how these Flash Gits conversions turn out, we'll work on maybe getting another unit of 5. But then we'll see how it goes one step at a time with those. Because I wouldn't mind trying out Flash Gits on the table for once. Oh, and the other thing is I did buy 2 more 150mm bases. I bought official GW ones that were takeoffs from the kits from a bit seller to do my other 2 buggies. I have to figure out which buggies are going to be, of course, and then convert up the weapons and stuff. But I have my 2 buggies that are way too big for buggies. They've always been way too big for buggies. But they'll fit perfectly on 150mm oval base to be one of the new vehicles. So again, I just have to decide what they're going to be. So as soon as those come in, I'll get those out, and then we can talk about which buggies we're going to build, based on the aesthetic of the models and and how easy it would be to build weapons and stuff like that, more than anything in the table. Because to be honest, Megatrack scrapjets are just so amazing. Every game I've played them so far, they've just been fantastically awesome. And so whatever else, if the other ones don't live up to that kind of level of performance, then I don't see any reason to run them. But that is definitely as soon as those bases come in, that's definitely something I'm going to be doing, is working on those guys. So that's where we're at. So War Boss first, Flash Gits second. The Blood Bowl stuff is definitely on a back burner for now, until everything else is caught up. I still got to do the mech shop. I still got to do the Dark Talon. I still have that painted, or just based in black. It's not primed, it actually has black paint on it. And then my Tau models as soon as that paint gets in, and that's where the hobby is going. So I've got time, I've got models to do, I got plans, and one other thing I want to do is, I guess just looking at this blank screen isn't too exciting. I need to replace some bikes. So these guys here, these blue bikes, these blue skinned golf bikers, actually not mine, they belong to my cousin. He bought a bunch of orks several years ago, and so I started painting for them, and he just kind of petered out on that. It might change. I don't know where he's going. I haven't seen him much on the game nights anymore. But those don't actually belong to me, so I need to replace them with my own models. And of course I want Evil Sons and green skin so they match my army. So but my game store didn't have any biker boxes, and so I couldn't pick any up. So I'm going to get 4 biker boxes and replace those guys with brand new bikes done up in my Evil Sons colors and scheme. And then I might either And then I decided to do my Gorka bikes. I can't decide if I want to replace them or repaint them. I don't want to repaint them because they've already been repainted twice, so the paint's starting to build up kind of thick on them. And they're really hard to use on the tabletop because they have the... Oh wow, this guy's missing a gun. Holy crap, I didn't realize that. Ooh, oh, that's not good. He's missing his gun. Where the heck that went? Anyway, so, and of course, with their gun sticking out both sides, they're very hard to play on the tabletop. So I have seen some conversions where people cut off the guns and stick them both to one side, kind of like this guy should have his two guns on one side, but they're not there. So that's something I have to decide what to do with those guys. Either convert them up, strip them, convert them, or just replace them. And it's probably going to end up being replacement. Because I said I don't want to strip them because plastic just doesn't strip very well. And they still have the old boys on there. And if I'm going to put new boys on them, riding them, I mean, that's not a whole lot of difference in price between that and just buying 4 new boxes of bikes. So those, after this next unit gets built, these guys are replaced, I'll probably end up upgrading from my Gorka bikes. Which is kind of a shame because I have some of these. I was cleaning up my hobby area, so I have a dedicated airbrush area now right next to the window so I can vent out the stuff. But in the process of cleaning up, I found these. Look at this. These are the old Evil Sun Speed Freaks banners that go on the poles of the original bikes. I got 6. I think I have more too. These are there's 7 of them here, and I think I even have more than this still on the paper. So some of these might end up going on those new bikes when I build them. How do you think about that? Getting these old flags on the new bike kits? That sounds like a plan to me. So yeah, this is pretty much, it was well over 10 minutes here. But again, that's where we're going with the hobby. I got lots to do. Finally, I got focus. I've got means. I've got time. Time to dive back into the hobby head first and just enjoy myself. So let me know what you think of my heavy bolter flash kits in the comments below, and thanks for watching.